Welcome to another video. Please like and subscribe. Today we're looking at World of Warships Legends. We're looking at the airstrike carriers, tier 5s. Now I have played a few games on the airstrike using cruisers, destroyers and battleships to unlock the new carriers, the tier 5 for the test. Again, there's an American and a Japanese tier 5. So let's have a quick look at the American Ranger. Now, unless you add the upgrades, you will end up with the biplane aircraft, so make sure that you add these upgrades. So we have the Vindicator as the new bomber, and we have the Devastator as the new torpedo bomber. Yeah, and the stats look increased across the board, but again, this is going to be a higher tier, so we're going to be up against ships which have higher stats as well, so it may just be relative. But ooh, that bomb damage is a lot higher, 13,800 and a 60% fire chance. That's really high. 13,800 of bomb damage. Wow. Torpedoes, the speed's still crap. Okay, tough aircraft, powerful AA, slow aircraft. Yeah, okay, well, the tier 3 American carrier, the aircraft were better at bombing with the commander. The commander boosted the bombing a little bit more than torpedoes, so I wouldn't have expected any different really. So I think for the American carrier we'll probably focus on the dive bombing. The Japanese, again with the commander that we're given, tends to boost the torpedoes a bit more, and I think their torpedoes are a bit more effective than the American. So let's take a look at the Japanese Ryojo. Again, you'll end up with the biplanes if you don't add the upgrades. So yeah, as expected, we've got the Kate, the Nakajima B5 Kate torpedo bomber, and we've got the, again, not surprised at this, we've got the Aishi D3 Val as the dive bomber. And again, the stats look a little bit increased compared to the tier. Let's have another look. So the torpedo damage, torpedo speed, again, is higher than the Americans. But there's something wrong with the dive bomber. Hang on, let me check. Yeah, here it says the Aishi D3 Val on the upgrade. But on the stats, it's got the Yokozuka D4. That's the Judy, I think. That's a completely different aircraft. Bomb damage of 8,000 plus. Well, that's a lot less than the American. The American was 13,800. Okay, let's take the American carrier in, see how it does. We'll see how they are compared to the tier 3s, which I did on a previous video. Again, I'm expecting them to have a pretty similar performance, because even though damage is going to be higher, speed is higher, etc., we're up against bigger, tougher ships. So I mean, one of the problems I found with the tier 3s, it was quite difficult to have them make a difference in the games, to kind of have an effect in the games. We'll see if this is any different. So we're playing the Ranger first, focusing on the dive bombers. It's personal preference. I tend to prefer using the dive bombers. I think, I don't know, I like the mechanics of that a little bit better than the torpedoes. The torpedo mechanics is very similar to, you know, using a destroyer to fire the torpedoes, but the dive bombers the mechanics is a little bit different from what we already have. So I'm enjoying that. The only problem I have with the dive bombers is that the targeting area, the bombs really aren't very accurate, and even if you place that centrally over the ship, sod's law is that the bloody bombs will go either side and miss and whatever. So with the torpedoes you can be a lot more accurate. Excuse me. You can be a lot more accurate with the torpedoes, probably get better efficiency in terms of using them. But I just like having fun doing the bombs, even though it can be exasperating when the bloody things miss. Right, let's see how we go. Oh, these planes look a lot better than those donkey biplanes that we had before. Oh, they look good. The Americans have their yellow wings that they adopted early on in the late 30s. very early 40s, the aircraft had these bright yellow wings. Well, they look better than the biplanes. Let's see if they perform better than the biplanes. Okay, who's going to be the first target? No, I'm actually finding that it is possible to dive bomb the destroyers a lot easier than it is to torpedo them. So going for destroyers with the dive bombers is not a bad idea. I mean, going for them with a torpedo bomber can be problematic. And we miss with both. This is the thing I don't like with the dive bombers. You got such a high chance of missing unless you get them dead straight, you know, dead from the front or from the rear. If you come in at any kind of angle, there's such a high chance of the bombs missing. Let's try again. Oh, the AA is terrible. Oops. Another thing is the controls. Oh, the slightest touch on the joystick and the thing swings left or right like crazy. The sensitivity is really high when you're controlling the aircraft. Okay, let's try again. Next flight up. Now I've played a few sort of tier 5, tier 6 cruisers, destroyers and battleships in this airstrike to complete the mission that opens up the carriers. And I don't know if it's just me being really unlucky, but the number of times that I don't just have defeats, they're terrible defeats where my AI ships just get devastated, and yet the enemy AI seems to survive a lot. Okay, so we hit and it did 4,500 damage. That's nowhere near 13,000. Is that number right? I mean, this would be what I would probably expect, but on the stats it said maximum of 13,800 damage. Well, if I'm doing, I just got another hit there, so I'm doing about 4,500. I mean, yes, it was on a battleship, but that's a hell of a decrease from the maximum. I mean, if they're doing 13.8 max and it's going down to 4.5, what would the Japanese bombs do? I mean, the Japanese bombs are what, 8 plus? Would they be doing 2,000 damage? This is another thing that I'm not exactly sure how it happens. You can get incapacitation results, but without hitting the target and without causing any damage whatsoever. Maybe it's a splash result, you hit near the target and it does the incapacitation thing, but surely that would still do some damage. Yeah, see, I missed again. Yeah, I am enjoying using the dive bombers a lot more, but just the number of times that you miss because you're at a slight angle and then the bombs go to the extremes of that targeting area. Oh, it's annoying. Yeah, this guy's getting too close. I need to sort him out. I was on full health as well. Jesus. Come here, you git. Yeah, I've had to take torpedoes this time because my dive bombers weren't ready. Don't turn, you sod. Did I get him? Got him with one. And that did about 5,000 damage. The damage is about the same, I suppose. I think the dive bombers are doing a little bit more. already. Okay, good, good, good. Let's find another target. Anyone else close? Anyone else a threat? Yep, here we go. A lot of my games will be sort of, we'll lose two, they'll lose two, we'll lose a third, they'll lose a third, and then all of a sudden, our side, they just get destroyed one by one. Okay, we got. Should I go for the Mexico? Let's try going for the New Mexico. See if I can get a destroy. See if I can get a straight. Come on, turn a little bit, Gotcha. That should be 2 hits. Yep. Okay. Not destroyed though. More torpedoes because me dive bombers aren't ready. Okay, we are 4 against 3. We have an advantage. Could we actually win a game? Or is the AI ship's going to screw it up for me again? Oh, what the hell, let's try and go for this guy. I know it's torpedoes, but let's try. You never know. Battleship. Oops. Oops. Oh, the AA on these battleships is crazy. Planes don't last 5 seconds. Right, switch again to the bombers, dive bombers. I hit the Dunkirk with 2 torps. Didn't do much damage by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, looking at this game, looking at the tier 3s that I played before, it's a very similar position by the looks of it. I think you've got to have a very good game to really have an impact on the results of the game. I mean, I'm not an expert player by any means of by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I'm not an expert player of this. I play to have fun, but I don't think I'm really affecting the games enough when I play the carriers. Wish I could. Right, they've got a. There's a destroyer still. Where's the destroyer? Where is the... there he is. I knew you were over here somewhere. Okay, let's see if I can bomb him. Nope. Damn it. Okay, let's try and make another pass. Still got 2... Still got 2 aircraft left for the moment. See if I can get another pass before they destroy one of them. Let's give it a go. Come on. There. Too early? Yep, too early. Damn it. Torpedoes. I think Dunkirk's still there. Let's try and go for him. I mean, the tier 5s have these Devastators and Vindicators. I'm wondering when we're going to get the sort of the more well-known carrier aircraft. I mean, tier 6, tier 7 carriers, I suppose. You know, they would have, I mean, for the Americans you'd have the Dauntless, the Avenger, the Corsairs, the Hellcats. That's what most people want to be using. Oh, he's going backwards. Nuts. Didn't realise he was going backwards. 3 aircraft. 2 torpedoes. This ain't gonna work, is it? No, ain't gonna work. I was too close. Switch to dive bomber. Okay, the destroyer's been killed. It's just this. It's just the battleship left, and then, wow, I think we're gonna win one. Doesn't happen very often. I don't know if it's me or what, but I'm losing like 80% of these bloody games. I mean, I'm normally sort of in the top 3 for my team, but we normally end up losing like 80% of the bloody airstrikes. I don't know why. My AI is just cursed, probably. Right, how much health this guy got left? No! Oh, come on, come on, come on. Got him. We've won. Let's try that again, see if we can take him out. I want to get a kill. I want to get a kill. Okay, hit him. Set him on fire. Is that, yes, he's going to. I've got a kill. Excellent. Yeah, so very similar to tier 3 in terms of sort of the effectiveness. Again, not a brilliant result. Came 3rd. I mean, to be honest, if the carrier comes 3rd, the other ships ain't doing very good. Dallas did well. Dunkirk did well on the other side. Yeah, I mean, it feels very similar. I mean, obviously the aircraft are more deadly. The weapons, you know, the torpedoes and bombs are doing more damage, but they're up against bigger ships, better ships, so it's, you know, it's all relative. It all feels pretty much the same. I don't really feel much difference between the two. Let's see what the Japanese ship and the planes are like. Now, I want to see what aircraft these are, the dive bombers, because the upgrade said Val, but the stats said the Judy. So I want to see what we're going to get, because one of them is wrong. And I think the bomb damage for the American one was wrong. There's no way that should have been 13.8 maximum. Let's have a look. I don't know whether I'll be able to see. Can't really see from here. I think it's the Judys. Right, we're gonna go towards A, I think. I mean, I've been playing a fair bit of tier 3 carriers last week, and you know, the strategy of moving back to the edge of the board, I don't really like that. It takes too long to get your planes into the action, so I try to go a little bit forward, maybe head towards one of the areas where the other ships are going. That way I can support them a lot better and get my planes in the air. Right, let's see what these are. Yeah, these are the Judys. Alright, so the upgrade slot is wrong. You don't get the HED3 Val. You're getting the Judys. Right, let's see how these perform compared to the Americans. Now the damage for the dive bombers is supposed to be a lot less. The Americans are supposed to be 13.8. These are supposed to be what, 8.9 or something. So let's take a look and see how they do. Plenty of targets over here. Now, like I say, I'm finding hitting the destroyers with bombs feasible, possible. Hitting them with torpedoes, a lot bloody harder. I'm not going to hit him with that, am I? That's terrible. Come on, wake up. Is that guy moving? Moving a little bit. Yeah. As I've been playing this, I've been I've been hearing in my head an old Anthrax song. I can't play it because of copyright, but it's from I think it's from Anthrax's first album, Fistful of Metal. Death from Above. That's been going through my head every time I've been taking up the dive bombers, and I've been starting the attack run, diving down onto the enemies. I don't know, that song's just been going through my head. If you like hard rock or metal, it's a very good album, the first Anthrax album. Yeah, see, I did another incapacitation, but I didn't do any damage. Shouldn't complain, I suppose. It's an effect. I did something. Oh, and I've got one plane left. He ain't gonna survive, is he? Come on. Right, no, nothing there. Back to the carrier. Yeah, so yeah, I'm moving towards A, just so I can support the rest of the fleet a bit better. But we're losing so many ships so quickly. This is very similar to what happens in a lot of these bloody airstrike games. For some reason, my AI sucks. Even worse than the other AI, than the opposition's AI. I'm also getting a lot of games where players go AFK. We'll end up with, sometimes it's the carrier, but a lot of the time it'll be a cruiser or battleship that will just sit there doing nothing for the whole game. I had a game yesterday. I think I was playing a game, airstrike. I was doing one of the missions to get the carriers. I think I was using, what was I using? Can't remember the ship I was using. But we had a battleship who did nothing all game. And then there was a cruiser that, I don't know whether he got disconnected halfway during the game or whatever, but with about 7 minutes to go, this cruiser just kept on going towards the edge of the map in a straight line and didn't stop. Didn't fire his guns. I mean, he'd done some damage before that, but it's happening a lot. I'm seeing a lot of AFK and disconnections in this play mode compared to standard or AI. This is another thing that's very weird. When you're right up against the island, the planes take off. They don't smash into the island. They come up at such a high angle they'd stall in real life. Don't know whether that's going to be changed in the final version, where you got to have space for the planes to actually take off. Ah shit, I'm in trouble. Let's move ourselves around to get a good angle. Alright, let's make an approach on this guy. Oh, this should be a nice one. Oh, too early. Too early. Ah, I ruined it. Oh, just a little bit too early. Alright, come on, survive. Come on, survive, or my ship ain't. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's a Königsberg. These things... Oh no, too early again. Damn it. Let's quickly get up in the air before he destroys us. Well, the secondaries on the ship are doing a fair bit of damage, but as soon as he launches his torps, we're doomed. That's it, come on, fire. No! Come on. One guy left, yeah. I'm not going to be able to get this guy, am I? Come on. A little bit too early again. Nuts! Oh, what a surprise. An incapacitation with no damage. There he goes, been playing. Oh man. Oh, I didn't get to launch my last one. Ah. I didn't do so well that time. Third again though. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between the two teams. Yeah, I don't know why. The AI on my teams is really bad. Okay, so I'm quite enjoying using the carriers. I wish they'd have a bigger effect on the game. Now, as I'm actually editing this video, I did play a game a little bit earlier that I didn't record, but I did get a very good result using the US Ranger. I'll put up the screenshot of the results here. So over 100,000 damage. I did a lot of that was a really good game. But again, for like the last 4 minutes, I was all alone. The rest of my fleet got destroyed, and I had to end up sort of fighting off everybody by myself. But I'm having fun. Carriers should be fun. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.